Hey guys, this is Hades back again for Raid Shadow Legends. I'm on my free-to-play account. I'm literally just kicking in day 41. So I thought I'd do a build for Hordin on this account because I think for an early game account, an early game player, he's probably worth more than for the build I did on my late game account. So you see here, day 41, my Great Hall is a shambles, but I'm trying. The arena is hard. Can Hordin help us in the arena? So for those that have been doing it, it's the easiest training event you're going to get. Basically, all you got to do, log in, get yourself like a couple of levels on somebody. Literally any champ will do. I could upgrade someone really quick here like this. This isn't the way to do it, by the way. Actually, I'll just do it with these. I'm just going to use a brew, but I don't want to do that. Upgrade your champion a couple of levels. You come back, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You've just got yourself a couple of freebies. It's brilliant. This is the sort of thing I wish they'd do just a little bit more often because it's such a good way of giving something back to the community. Very simple login rewards. Anyway, I leveled my Hordin. I'm going to show you how I'm going to build it as a free-to-play. But as a little Brucey bonus treat, I'm going to give you 2 ancient shards on the ×2 chances and see if this account's going to get something worth having. Probably not. I've had such terrible luck with any sort of shard pulls on my free-to-play account. And it's continued. There we go. Back to the drawing board. Back to thinking Hordin's my best champ. Okay. So this is going to be a guide on how to build him for an early game account. And is he useful for an early game account when you haven't invested any books into him and no masteries? So I can't afford on this account to just go and buy masteries. I could run him through just the early stage minnow, which I might do actually, just to get like pretty much what I would suggest anyone does is to get this and this. These two together is probably all you need. It just gives you an extra kick of damage. So I'm going to go and do that, bring you back in once I've got those masteries. Okay, here we go then. So about 100 energy later, we've got some masteries on a couple of champs, but one of them is Hordin. So you think to yourself, is it worth that 100 odd energy to get myself these 2 masteries? Well, 5% crit rate, 10% crit damage. It's almost like having an extra 3 rolls on gear. Yeah, and that's big. If you compare it to 810 HP, 810 HP is actually not that bad. 75 defense. He doesn't need accuracy for what I'm doing. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of big. It's kind of big. Just to get these first couple of levels is kind of big. I wouldn't go all out past stage 3. Tier 3 is probably where I'd stop putting energy into someone that's just kind of coming in to test or to come in as an arena bit part. If you look at my other arena champs, I've got kind of just starting to get into tier 3 here. Stuff that's really important to me. Same sort of thing here, tier 3. Kale, tier 3. Yeah, so anyone else that I've been building up for this type of role has been tier 3'd. So Hordin then, let's have a look. So he has got an A1, which is a double hitter, gets an extra turn if he kills someone. That's the important part. If he gets someone dead, he goes again. He's actually got an absolute nuke of an A2 as well. He's got really strong multipliers here, which I didn't realise that much for the original video I did on him. But he hits super hard on his A2. He's got a faction crip aura. It's good for faction crips when you get to that point. He's never going to be fooded for me, but it's not going to be any good for this arena fight. But this is kind of what he's all about. He increases his own attack, his own crit rates. That's important. So you don't need to build him to 100% crit. Build him to 70, and he is fine. And he increases his own speed. So crit rate, speed, attack. Then he goes again, and then you nuke someone. So because I've just done my mastery, I've got 5% crit rate here. We get an extra 30% crit rate here. So I actually need to get another 65% crit rate. That's a massive change from where I was just now, thinking I needed 100. Okay? So what have I done so far? I've put an attack ring on him. Because we're going all out arena here, basically you go offense, offense, offense. The more offense you can build, the better. If you think about it, every time he kills someone, he goes again. So you don't build him defensively. You build him to try and kill someone every time he moves, basically. So we've got attack on the ring. If I had got an attack ring with attack percentage on it, I would have used it. We've gone attack on the banner. again, if I'd got like a crit damage banner, I would have used it, but I don't. But I did get a couple of rolls crit damage here, so it's kind of nice. Works out quite nicely for me. What we're then going to do is we're going to get some speed on the boots. Like everyone of my level, you're going to need speed on your boots. I mean, if I went attack percentage on my boots, I would have to find speed everywhere else. I just wouldn't be able to do it. It would be kind of nice just to see how much damage you'd do, but I just don't think you'd get many turns. So we go speed on the boots, and ideally you get crit rate and crit damage. Like her boots here are kind of ideal for him. These boots here, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage, I'm going to actually steal those. They are brilliant for him. These are maybe better because they're in a speed set. So we'll see how fast we get. Maybe I'll change my mind and swap that over in a minute. But having him in lifesteal gear is not the end of the world. So we'll see where we get onto. You then want to try and get an attack percentage chest. Attack percentage. If you can get it with crit rate on it, brilliant. If you can get it with crit damage on it, brilliant. So I've actually got a double crit damage roll here. And I know that I'm going to try and get him in crit rate gloves. So I feel like this is probably going to be the move. Let's just see what I've got in gloves first. Do I have crit rate gloves that are worth having? We've got some here, 33%. We've got some here, which I can build up. Not with the best sub rolls. That's a better sub roll for me there. A bit of speed. That one we obviously don't know about yet. HP here, speed. Yeah, so it looks like this one here with some speed on it, and we're going to build that up. So now that I know I'm going to get maximum, if I rolled it right the way up, 50%. So I'm already at, what, 45? Let's see, I'd get another 25 there. 25 would take me to, what, 60? I'd get my max. If I max those out, I wouldn't need any more crit rate in this whole build, which is actually kind of crazy. So we want to go attack percentage here, and I'm going to take that crit damage. It's nice. And then up the top, you're kind of looking for a combination of speed and crit damage, as much as you can get, really. So on these three items, I'm looking for items that have got a speed roll, because I do need to pick up my speed a bit. But if I could get speed and crit damage together, like this piece, and attack percentage, that's just like a dream piece for a Hordin. Speed and crit damage together here, which we can roll up. Another nice piece. Even though it's a 3-star, don't even care. It's a nice piece. And then on the shield, let's just see what options we've got. So I'm already kind of quick. If I could get a crit damage roll, look at this piece. Crit damage roll on a speed set, I will then change my mind about this piece and go with those speed boots from Frozen Banshee. So for a free-to-player, I've probably played that badly. I probably shouldn't have equipped the first piece without properly looking at what's going on. I should have saved it and done it like this. It's going to cost me 100,000 silver, which for this account is actually a ton. So that's a bit of an idiot move, really. But you can see my speed is picking up close to 190. 182, sorry, 182. I need to go after Elhain. Elhain is at 187. Because she's going to do a double hit, which will kind of get everyone ready to be dead. Okay? She's going to get everyone warmed up for Hordin to come in next. So I want her to go first, 187. I then want for him to go next. I do not want more than 187 here. So I'm going to roll this one just up to 4 first. I need to check to see if I'm going to make myself too quick, which is always a danger. So it's rolled there. I'm going to roll it up to 8. I really want this to roll here. If it rolls here, I might need to do a bit more tweaking. I might actually need to take this helm off. Because you definitely want him to be going last in your order. You want speed into decreased defense, into a nuker, and then he is your mop-up. So that's perfect. Okay, so we're on crit damage there. 185, so he's a little bit slower, which is perfect. He's got 53% crit rate so far. I'm going to roll his gloves up. A little bit of attack here, 1.7k. So I'm going to come off of camera, roll some gear up, and then we're going to see what he ends up like. Right, so I have spent quite a chunk of my silver here, which you do at this level. You know, I probably, if I was playing this as a proper free-to-play, everything efficient, all that type of stuff, not making a video for you guys, I would not have rolled any gear and saved all my silver for the next artifact event. That's what you should do. However, I'm also someone who enjoys to play the game. So I didn't save all my silver. I just spent a couple of mil. I've upgraded my chest to 40% attack now, so maxed out the chest. I upgraded my crit rate gloves to level 15. I stopped there because I hit 68%. I needed 70. I'm 2 off. I mean, it's probably going to cost me. I mean, it might cost me nothing. I might just get away with it in like one roll. But it could also cost me all of my silver and I still don't get it. And I will be way over the crit. I mean, maybe I should. Maybe I should have rolled it. When I can get the silver, I'll definitely roll it. But for now, I'm going to keep my silver. So I ended up on 185 speed, right below my Elhain, which is perfect. We're going to be on 98% crit rate when he buffs himself. 123% crit damage, which for this level of account is not bad. 1.9 near enough K attack. And you've seen his masteries already. So Elhain is kind of like my glorious champ, I guess. And you can see the difference here. She's at nearly 100%. She doesn't need anywhere near this percent. I just don't have gear to swap out. She's at nearly 100% crit damage. So she's kind of the other way around, but got way more attack. So she has got attack rolls in some of her gear like this. So the other thing that I've been saving, because I do faction wars every single day, all of my champs get glyphs. I get level 1, level 2 glyphs, whatever they are. We glyph, we always get one. We glyph everything in this account, guys. Unless it's going to throw me over the speed numbers, I will glyph anything I can to improve my setup. It's so important. Like, you can't even understand how much these extra 1s and 2s, in terms of percents, how much of a difference it makes to your gear when you're at this sort of level. When we are facing basically people in the same gear as us. Let's make sure I don't go too quick. I think that's my max. Basically, we're facing people that are in the same gear as us, at the same level as us. So any sort of advantage you can give yourself, you should do it. You know, give yourself that extra 1 or 2 resistance, because the person you're up against probably hasn't got any accuracy, because they probably don't know how to build champs. So anything you can do just to give yourself that little bit of an edge at this level of account, you should be doing it. You know, an extra 4 or 5 attack, you're like, is it worth my time pressing the button? Maybe it's not, but maybe that 4 or 5 attack is the difference between me killing the next guy I hit and not, basically. So you see this, I'm glyphing everything up, even the stuff which is kind of a little bit irrelevant to him. Saying that, I mean, he's got decrease attack, the big version. He gets in my... I just been thinking about it. He 100% gets in my clan boss team right now. Didn't think about that. He's my only decrease attack champion, so 100% he gets in my clan boss team if this ends up being a bit of a fail. So let's just get all of this on, finish him up, and then we're going to go and slam some people in the face and hope he can kill stuff. That's what we want. So at the moment, I kind of have Kale coming in as my... Oh, I wish I could buy this. Look at this. This is such a great pack for this account. Anyway, I can't. So, Arena. I am still on the verge of silver, guys. Nothing's changed. I keep getting on the verge of silver and dropping back down and getting back up and all that sort of stuff. So let's see if he can do the job of finishing some people off. The trouble with him versus Relic Keeper is that he is still the wrong affinity. He is the same affinity as everyone else I've got. Now, as a level 50, I'm basically normally using Kale as my finisher here. As a level 50, I kind of question whether he's going to be able to get in ahead of Kale, who's a 60. I just kind of feel like it's probably unlikely, but we'll try. So we're going to speed up, do our normal thing. I'm generally faster than my opponents because I've built my speed champs right. We dropped defense, only landed on 1, which is horrendous. We bring out the attack. And now the question is, can Hordin do some work? So we're going to try and A1 kill the Kale first. A1 kill the Kale, good. We're then going to try and A2, because this is going to run out. I'm not going to kill anyone else one shot, I don't think. So I'm going to try and one shot someone with the A2. She's going to resurrect, but I'm hoping that I've got enough time to kill Kale again. So we're going to try and one shot this guy. Didn't do it. 13k damage. It's kind of okay. It's not mental. It's not mental. If I think about what my Kale does right now, it's probably similar to what my Kale does on an AoE as a level 60 that he's just done there as a single target. So we lose this fight. Yeah, I guess. And do I love him enough to bring him up to a 60 is the question. Like, as a 50 with no books, I think fighting 50s, fine. But fighting 60s, I think he's just going to struggle. And do I want him? This might be a better test, but big player power. Speed, damage. If he's faster than me, I get absolutely nuked here. So again, summoning a shield set. Quite often I'm up against shield sets at this level, which is a good move, by the way. Shield sets are really effective at this level. So you see, we've got the same thing again. So we buff ourselves. I should be able to kill the Kale with my A1. I do. 15k worth of damage. So I either go for an A2 here, or maybe I try the A1 again. See if I can get another reset. Trouble is, all of my buffs wear off after this happens. So even if I get a reset, I'm coming in with an A2. Potentially here. I'm going to go for the A2 here. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, 26k. That's nice. So that's actually massive. That's massive. I wonder if I would have done that same level of damage with my KO. I'm not sure, actually. That was a big hit. And what that means is I definitely win this fight now. So that's cool. So, it's tricky. I mean, certainly as a level 60, he's better in my team right now than KO is for Arena. As a level 60, he's an improvement to my Arena team. But as a 50, he's kind of borderline. Let's try Spencer. So I don't really have a way of dealing with this Robar, which is my risk here. So the other thing I could do is remove my drop defense and just come in with another nuke. This is dangerous. I think it's not as strong. We'll try it. It's probably not as strong as having a drop defense in there, to be fair. But generally I am quicker. So let's see how we get on here. Nuke. See if there was... Got an A1 here. If there was... No, we didn't get the kill, see, that time. Without drop defense there, we're not getting the kill. Yeah, it's definitely not better. Let's see what sort of work Robar's going to do here. Oh, it's done a lot. So let's just try. I mean, I'm losing points out of it. It doesn't really matter right now. I just want to kind of test out what works, what doesn't. So if we was to do this same setup, you know, kind of show the power of decreased defense, I guess. So with decreased defense out there on 3 of them, doing that same move again, kind of see how low they are now in comparison. So at this stage, you want to... I think we probably take out the nuke. And then we try... I guess we try and take out the res. Or do I just kill the other person? Maybe I kill the other person who's definitely got decreased defense. Come in and try and get some damage here. 6k without decreased defense out there. Oh, that hits hard. That hits hard. Still need to take this Rezzer out. Oh man, he's just staying alive. So he doesn't have his res. Can we kill Kale? No. So without our... yeah, we lost anyway. Without 100% crit, I don't know, guys. I feel like as a 60, he could be better for my team. As a 50 right now, he's probably just still behind my Kale for my second nuke. In fact, you know what? Seeing as we're doing a test, let's just see what happens if we were to throw Kale into that same setup with the AoE. So there's a bit of RNG involved anyway. Normally, if I'm quicker than a team like this, I should be able to deal with them, basically. So we go nuke. Then Kale comes in and basically sits 2 down. Same things happen. So the order of play is actually exactly the same right now. Question is, did we do enough damage more to kind of win the fight? We probably haven't. It's probably going to end up being the same result. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Whatever happens, Spencer's just gained a load of points and I've just lost a load of points. I feel like Hordin is... He's a good champ, but I'd kind of loathe to put more resources into him, anything above a 50, because, I don't know, maybe as a 60 he carries me. Maybe as a 60 he carries me. I think, maybe I will. Maybe I'll push him up to a 60, see where I can get him to, but he's got to be a little way down the order of play, because at the moment I've got clan boss to focus on. I've got all these other things to focus on. As a free-to-player, you can't just pop 60s out like they're going out of fashion. So, I don't know, guys. That's how I'd build him, though, if you've got him as your free-to-play. I think he can be useful, but compare him to an AoE nuker, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's worth it. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you soon.